From Nasdaq's MarketSite, I'm your host, Kristina Ayanian. And joining me today is Chief Financial Officer of Arm, Jason Child. Jason, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome back to Nasdaq and congratulations on this monumental day. How does it feel to be back at Nasdaq celebrating your second listing on Nasdaq?
It feels awesome. I mean, it really is. It's been a really, really fun day. There's been a lot of talk about how the market's been relatively closed and maybe this will change things. I don't know about that, but it sure has been fun. And it seems like people are pretty excited to get back to IPOs again. So we'll see.
Absolutely. And this has been a great celebration, a culmination of all of your hard work as a team. Since your inception in 1990, Arm has grown tremendously. You've shipped over 250 billion chips worldwide. Talk to me a little bit about what Arm does as a company.
So Arm designs the CPUs that go into about 50% of all the electronics in the world, which makes us a pretty unique company in terms of just the exposure we have, the things that we get to see. And obviously right now we're kind of in this new, relatively new cycle regarding AI. It's actually been around for a while, but the excitement around AI and our ability to kind of see and be in the middle of it is really, really something that's exciting for us.
Going off of that point, how is Arm embracing this shift into AI and machine learning?
Well, I think there's been a lot of talk about GPUs versus CPUs. The reality is every electronic needs to have a CPU, and every GPU actually has to be paired with a CPU. And so that means that no matter where things move and wherever they go in terms of GPUs versus CPUs, you have to have both, or at least you have to have a CPU. So we're in a really, really great place, and I think it remains to be seen where things go. But the future looks pretty exciting as the world looks like it's going to be pretty heavily increasingly an AI-based world.
Absolutely, you really are in the heart and soul of technology. It's embedded in your genes. Some people might be surprised because your business model is it's very unique in that you don't manufacture anything. Can you talk to me about that unique business model and how that actually propels innovation?
Yeah. So we're one of what they call the fabless semiconductor companies, which means we focus on design, and then we provide the design and the specs to either OEMs or semiconductor companies who then actually deal with the fabrication. So that makes it, maybe a different part of the ecosystem, but it's very, very critical because it starts with designs, and then, as I said before, it really starts with CPUs.
Absolutely. And you're very diversified in your business. You're the foundation of the semiconductor industry, but you pretty much play in every technology sector. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so we started in mobile phones. That was kind of where we got our start, in part because we were focused on low power. And that first became a really big deal where you had devices with relatively small batteries. And then as the world's progressed, that concept of really focusing on efficient compute and low power, that's now become prevalent in everything. So in the last, since we were last public in 2016, you've seen us now go pretty deep into the cloud compute and server market, auto market. IoT is also an area, edge computers, cameras, doorbells, whatever. All those markets have become pretty significant growth drivers for us.
And Nasdaq is also very proud to be a part of that and run on Arm. Our trade surveillance technology, our data link marketplace, our cloud data services all run on the Graviton 3 chip, which is all a technological platform used through Amazon and AWS, powered by Arm's CPUs.
That's right.
How does it feel knowing that during our conversation right now, Arm is actually being powered through Arm?
It's pretty awesome. In fact, we went out to Times Square and I kind of looked up, and I think most of Times Square is actually powered by Arm as well. So no, it's really exciting.
You have some of the largest tech players using Arm and are being powered by Arm, from Google to NVIDIA to Meta to Amazon. Why is it? What is that differentiating factor, that unique factor that sets Arm apart, that all of these big players want to run on Arm?
It's really back to our core of low power compute. And that, I guess we were purpose built with that in mind 30 years ago. And so that's been in our DNA for so long that it's just, it's kind of put us in I think a unique place that differentiates us. And so now with cars, where everything's going to, battery powered and EV, or whether it's continued progress in phones or even PCs. So it really is, I think, similar requirements, but across really the entire market.
That's amazing. What's next for Arm?
I think it's just to continue to grow and get deeper into the categories that I mentioned before. And I think there's a lot of excitement about where AI is going to go. And I think in particular, we've seen a lot happening in the training and kind of cloud compute side of AI The next step, we think, is really going to be an inference and moving out to edge devices. So does that mean that you need to have a mobile phone or a PC that actually has different configurations to handle the workloads that are going to be necessary for AI? I think that seems to be where things are going, and that is a place that we really operate in a big way. So I think it's a pretty exciting future.
Absolutely, you're at the forefront of all of it. Jason, thank you so much for joining us. We know that this is just the beginning, and we look forward to continue watching you grow as a Nasdaq listed company. Thank you.